Hey guys, today we are going to review the Hinkelhatz pepper. Hinkelhatz, I guess, is a word that means chicken heart. It's about that size and it has kind of a, I guess, a chicken heartish shape to it. According to the internet, these things were cultivated in the late 1800s by the Dutch in Pennsylvania. So late 1800s isn't really that old in terms of heritage plants, but it's old enough that I think that it's been around for quite a while, and so there's probably a number of signature dishes that these are really well suited to. I again, the same as many of my other peppers, I don't know any specific dishes to make these with, but we are going to go ahead and give these the usual taste test. So these are Hinkelhatz peppers. They're kind of a low pepper plant. They've got smallish leaves, which I generally like because that means they can handle some heavy weather. Some of my other plants with the larger leaves, they don't like being beaten up too much, whereas these, they can handle high temperatures, drought, and heavy rain, hail, etc. You can see there are lots of different flowers all over. The bees and wasps and other bugs have been going crazy, pollinating rather. And down inside here we have a red one. And this is what we're going to review today. I've actually got two of them, so I'll go ahead and pick this one. So there's that, and looks like I'm just going to put the other one down here, down in here, so I can get to it here. It's pretty deep. Oh yeah, here we go. There we go. Okay. So there are two Hinkelhatz peppers. This one here obviously just recently ripened. The other one looks like it's been ripe for a day or two. So I guess that's about the same kind of pod as all the rest of them. I got a few that are maybe a little larger. They haven't ripened yet. So I probably will keep the seeds from these pods. Let's go inside, cut these open, and have a taste. Okay. So these are a nice looking pod. They've got a nice bright red color to them, and they ripened very quickly once they started. I didn't see any peppers that were in that sort of interphase of green and red. They pretty much turned red in a flash. So that's kind of interesting. They're very shiny. It's a gorgeous pepper. The plants are fairly prolific producers, and yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how they taste. This one that I'm holding, it's a little softer actually, and I kind of thought at first maybe it's less ripe than the other one, but I'm wondering if maybe there's another color that he's going to turn. I don't really know. So anybody out there that has more experience with the Hinkelhatz pepper than I do can maybe help me out with that. Anyway, let's go ahead and cut this one open. It's a little brighter red. It's a little firmer pod. I feel like it's going to be a better representative. I will save the seeds for these pods. Okay, so there we go. We can see that there's a pretty standard number of seeds inside there. The walls are, I wouldn't say they'd be classed as thick or thin. They're kind of right in between. So they're thicker than, the super hots and things like that, but thinner than things like your jalapenos and your bell peppers and so forth. Its texture feels a bit similar to like the cayenne peppers and things like that. So let's go ahead and smell this and see how it is. It's got a very sweet, well, actually it's sweet similar to how a cayenne pepper smells. Sweet and just a little bit floral, but it has kind of this different aroma to it. I don't know how to describe it, like a almost like a candy smell, which is really interesting. I wonder if that means it's going to be sweet. I'm going to go and get a small knife to remove the seeds with. I'll do that off camera, and then we'll go ahead and give these a taste. Okay guys, here we are with the Hinkelhatz pepper. I've gone ahead and removed the seeds and deveined the pepper. I know some of you folks would like to probably know what it's like with that part of it still in the pepper, but I generally prefer peppers without the seeds. I think you probably do too. This is Rochelle, my wife. In case you haven't seen my other videos, she's been joining me in some of these. And according to the internet, these are fairly spicy, so hence the gloves as I was deveining them. And Rochelle's taking precaution just in case when we handle them we get pepper juice on our fingers. So yeah, let's go ahead and give this a try. We're going to try a small piece first. I don't know how spicy they are. And then after that we may or may not eat more. So we'll do like we did before, and I'll cut it in half and then in half again. So we're going to eat 1/8 of the pepper for this initial test. And ladies first. And these may be spicy, I don't know, we'll find out. Here we go.
Oh, I haven't even chewed it yet.
It's a spicy pepper.
It's spicy. It's really tasty though, it's really sweet.
Very sweet. A subtle sort of, almost a floral undertone. Just a little bit, but sweet. Remarkably spicy.
Oh.
I would put this, it's quite a bit hotter than a cayenne pepper, in my experience. The heat floods across your tongue. Doesn't bother the roof of my mouth too much, at least not yet.
No, it's
really across
tongue.
the whole tongue,
Yep.
and then in the back of your throat.
That's my experience too.
I'm impressed with how spicy those are.
That is really spicy. That would be fantastic for salsa, I think.
Yeah, definitely a good salsa pepper for sure. Might be a bit too spicy to do something like a stuffed, you know, like if we were to stuff it with, maybe with cream cheese, because cream cheese tends to remove some of the heat level.
Yeah, you know
Reduce
what?
the heat.
I'm tempted to go and get some cream cheese right now. Fill this side, and we'll each eat a half, and we'll see if that cuts the heat. I'm curious to see if you can eat it that way, because it is very spicy.
But they are
But
tasty.
the cream cheese. But it's really tasty. It's got a really great flavor.
Okay,
And
I'm game. I'll cut the video and we'll come back. Here we are back with some cream cheese. I'm going to fill this half with cream cheese. Of course, it's not. It hasn't.
it's hard, so
yeah.
it's going to be. Yeah, this is our favorite way to eat peppers. When we have a lot of them, we'll cut them up and fill them with cream cheese and eat them like hors d'oeuvres, and they're really yummy. Yeah, and it's, you know, rather than let them just get overripe and because you have nothing to use them in, you can just snap them.
It definitely. I'm still
They're
feeling the heat.
spicy.
It's been about 3 or 4 minutes, and I've still got quite a bit of heat in my mouth.
But the reason I wanted to do this is because with a lot of peppers, the cream cheese completely
Nullifies
all the spiciness. Whereas this one is spicy enough that I think you'll still get the spice, but you'll get a lot of the great flavor and the cream cheese together. I think it will be good.
Okay, so
We'll see.
Here we can see what I've done. I've put cream cheese in with the pepper. You're going to go for the big one?
I'm going to go for the big one this
Ooh,
time.
you are brave.
I'm feeling brave because the cream cheese is in.
Okay, here we go. Complimentary for sure. I mean, it does cut the heat. I would call that manageable now.
Oh yeah, that's really good with cream cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Like it still has heat, whereas most of the other peppers we tried this with, it like whoosh, cancels all the heat.
So when I grade pepper heat, I don't use the Scoville scale. A lot of people aren't really super familiar with the Scoville scale, but I use some peppers that some people might be more familiar with, ones that you can often find in the grocery store. So I consider a jalapeno to be kind of like the low end scale, and then I go with the Cayenne pepper is next, followed by a habanero. So then I grade peppers rated based on the heat between those. I would place those between a Cayenne and a habanero.
Yeah, I don't know, like it's really spicy. Like I can feel it. I don't even know if it touched the corner of my mouth,
yeah.
but I can feel all the heat in here.
Mm-hmm.
But with the cream cheese, I can eat
definitely
that,
can.
and you can still get the spice.
For sure. So as you saw, the plants are fairly small. They're not tiny. Good producers. They've got quite a few peppers on them. They produced earlier than I would say about 50% of the other plants that I have, maybe more than that. So they're a fairly early pepper. They're fairly hardy. The leaves are small. The plants are compact. They can take some wind. They can take some light hail without doing too much serious damage. And they seem to be generally pest resistant, although I don't have much problem with pests in general in my entire garden. But so I can recommend these based on how the plant is grown. Based on the heat, if you want a good hot pepper, it's got some significant punch to it. Definitely, it's good. It's a good option. If you are kind of sensitive to heat and you find something like a cayenne pepper is too hot, these will likely be too hot as well.